While scores of mine workers are expected to gather at the infamous Marikana Koppie near Rustenburg in the northwest to commemorate the killing of the 34 mine workers in 2012. The deaths followed a protracted strike by mine workers demanding better wages and living conditions. Meanwhile, the Association of Mineworkers and Construction Union, AMCU, says that though progress has been made in pushing for a monument to be erected in the Koppie in Marikana, they still need to reach an agreement with the mining company Sibanye Still-Water. For more on this, we are now joined by Sentleeng Lehihi, who's joining us right from Marikana. Sentleeng, good morning once again. Tell us about the latest.
Good morning, Aldrin and our viewers. Indeed, we're still here posted on the foot of the infamous Marikana Koppie. These are the very grounds where 34 mine workers saw the end of their days after being shot by police at the height of a protracted strike, demanding better wages, demanding better living conditions. We've spoken to quite a number of mine workers who were here on this day 11 years ago. You know, the impact of being here commemorating the sacrifice of the 34, to actually also look at the sacrifice of the 2 police officers, 2 security guards and other mine workers who were killed on the days preceding this 16th August 2012. We understand that there have been major demands to have this area, you know, erected or have a monument erected here as a reminder of the impact and the blood loss that has been seen here. But we're still anticipating that there will be better agreements between mine management and AMCU to see this promise to have a monument erected here come to pass. We're going to take an opportunity to speak to some of the prominent faces we've seen arrive here. What is actually quite a concern is that in previous years, at this time of hour, we'd see scores and scores of mine workers and community members gathered here. But it seems that the numbers are slowly trickling in, and we wonder if they will meet our previous year's experience. But let's speak to Niehaus, the former spokesperson of the Mkhonto Wesizwe military veterans, and see what brings him here to these very grounds. Mr. Niehaus, why are you here? The importance of you coming here, where we've seen many other leaders shy away from coming to this point.
Well, I'm here because I first of all want to extend my deepest sympathies to the families and the widows of the martyrs of Marikana, who 11 years after their family members, after their loved ones had been mowed down by the South African Police Service, still haven't seen justice. I'm today here in my capacity as the president of the African Radical Economic Transformation Alliance. And we are committed to fundamental economic transformation and radical economic transformation. I'm deeply disturbed when I arrive today here. On the one hand, I see the very expensive, huge mining operations. On the other hand, I see the informal settlements of sprawling poverty. People continue to be exploited by these big mines. And I want to remember today that it was Cyril Ramaphosa, who was then the chairperson of Lawnman, who made a call for concomitant action that led to the South African police killing 37 mine workers here at the Marikana Koppie. Today, Ramaphosa is the president of this country. He is a representative of big, white, mainly monopoly capital. He continues to implement policies that destroys the lives of the majority of people of South Africa. So I'm here today in a personal capacity, yes, as a fellow South African, also as someone who was born here in the Northwest Province, a son of Zeerust, so to speak. But I'm also here, standing as the president of ARETA, calling for the time that Ramaphosa must go, and he must go now. Because it is evident that justice will not come to the people of Marikana, nor to the people of South Africa, as long as this rogue criminal president continues to be in power, as long as this African National Congress that is no longer a national liberation movement, but now the comprador capitalists, the agents of white monopoly capitalism and of imperialism, continue to be in power. Today, as we stand here on the 16th of August 2023, we say that the ANC government should not be in power for a day longer, that Ramaphosa should not be the president of this country. He has committed many crimes. The Marikana Massacre is one of them. That man should have been arrested, should have been charged, and today he should not be in the west wing of the Union buildings. He should be at Kgosi Mampuru Maximum Prison. And I stand here committing myself, my political party, and the progressive majority in South Africa, that we will not rest until that has happened, until justice is achieved in South Africa, and until justice comes to the widows of Marikana.
Thank you so much for your time, Mr. Niehaus. A call for justice, a call for action against those who are seen to have had a hand in the killing of these mine workers, a call to have those sitting in power to have action against them for the blood that was spilled on this very ground. But let's speak to those who are working in the mines themselves. You are AMCU Regional Secretary, you are coming from Johannesburg. The importance of you guys to align yourself with the call that was made by workers here in 2012. The importance of your presence today.
Look, what is most important is that we are living in a difficult situation. The conditions of our lives are not improving. Yet we are working for these big companies, we are working for these mines which are in our country. But these mines are not beneficiating our communities. Our people are still living in squalors. Our people are still using pit toilets. No improvements have been made. The state and those who are behind the killing of our brothers, the 34 mine workers who were gunned down here, are working day and night to ensure that this day is forgotten. As AMCU are saying, not in our name, because those who have fallen here, they have improved some of the conditions of the mine workers in the Platinum Belt. We are sitting here today proudly saying the minimum salary of mine workers is sitting around 20,000. It's a day that we will never forget, that is giving us power on a daily basis wherever we are organized as AMCU to keep fighting for the rights of the workers.
Some gains, as you explained, for mine workers, but there is still a call for justice. Paint me a picture of how justice will look like for those who are calling for this level of justice.
Look, those who are behind the killing of our brothers should be prosecuted. They should face jail time. But also, these mining companies should give back to the communities. They should give back to those families that have lost the breadwinners in their houses. They've lost fathers, they've lost brothers, and mothers are left alone. Children are left fatherless. No one went back to those families to ensure that they are well taken care of. So these companies must really, because they are mining in our communities, they should develop our communities.
A somber description of the reality faced by many of those who operate in mining communities, who are workers, who are providing for their families, and who are serving as a remembrance of the sacrifice of those 34 mine workers who were killed on this day. We expect that the program will start now soon with the laying of wreaths at the site of where many of the mine workers fell, and we expect that as the program continues, we will get a keynote address from AMCU President Joseph Mathunga, as well as some messages from the widows and the survivors of the massacre. Until then, back to you in studio.
Well, thank you, Sentleeng, there in Marikana at the Koppie where the commemoration is underway. And let's go back to that